Wonky glasses, good start. Alright. Everybody. Not sure what that's going to be. I think another vineyard or a winery. Because there's loads of them around here. But here we are, southern Russia. Love that. Oh, something flying in the air. Won't be filming that. Yeah, very random. Just thought I'd turn a live stream on because my wife and our friend have dragged me to the garden centre. I've seen a few plants now. It's kind of not my thing, so I thought I'd talk to you lot. Got some things happening soon. Started making videos again after a hiatus. I think the simple answer is I couldn't be bothered. Nah, there was lots going on. Obviously had a trip back to the UK. And that kind of got in the way. I did do a live stream from the UK. But the connection in the UK is absolutely rubbish on the mobile data. So, from what I understand, it was a bit sketchy. I haven't watched it because I was there, so I haven't bothered. But yeah, that got in the way, and with the YouTube shadow banning, which is probably the reason for doing a live, and I'm going to start doing some shorts just to remind people to check your notifications, because YouTube's a bit of a bugger. Froggy. Yeah, it's kind of a chicken and egg scenario. If you're not getting loads of traffic to your channel, then your notifications get changed from all to custom, and then consequently you drop off of everybody's radar. It's pretty in here. I do like these things. Very nice. So yeah, started making videos, and might be doing a live stream tomorrow night on somebody else's channel, which should be really interesting, but can't say any more than that at the moment, because, well, one, I don't know if it's definitely happening, and two, it's kind of not really the right thing to do. Break the news kind of thing. So I'm going to let them do that first. It's beautifully kept. And this is a garden centre, by the way. So we'll have a wander around here. Feel free to interject, ask me anything. Got lots of people asking questions about Russia and moving to Russia and what's the process, etc, etc. And yeah, some really, no, we consider them odd, living out here in Russia and obviously knowing the country a bit better. We consider certain questions really odd, but based on Western media, I can see why people, look at this lot, I can see why people ask them. But some of them are just absolutely bizarre. Can't remember what the headline was yesterday. I posted it in my Telegram group, but the West had said, oh yeah, that's right, Putin has launched investigation into Russian soldiers eating their dead comrades. Cannibalism, apparently. It's all part of the dehumanisation of the Russian population. It's fake news, of course, as Trump likes to say. But you know, I suppose I would say that I'm living in Russia, wouldn't I? It's kind of, we get labelled, if you live in Russia then you don't tell the truth. That's kind of the way the narrative goes. That's what the Western media wants you to think and feel. Don't listen to anybody in Russia, they're all liars. Okay, all right, let's assume that. I could wander around with my camera and say nothing. Just let your eyes tell you a story. What story is this telling you? Blue skies, shorts, loads of fir trees. It's always immaculate, this place, whenever we come here. All the plants look really healthy and well cared for, trees. Now the wife, I'll get this on the record now. The wife has promised, and this was a strange one on the way here, but she's promised she's not going to be buying any plants. So I'm not entirely sure why we came to the garden centre, but apparently not buying any plants. And the reason I say it's a strange one is because conversation went like this. I won't buy any more plants. I said, oh, okay, that's interesting. And she said, yeah, it's standing on a rake. Oh, froggy look on his... Look at that for a cliche stroke stereotypical image, look. Frog on a lily pad. Is he going to hop off? Yeah, there he goes. We've got a few more froggies there, look. Sunbathing. Yeah, so what I have to do with my wife, because she speaks very good English, but not English. So sometimes I get all the words, but not necessarily in the right order. Sometimes I'll get the order correct, but not all the words. So you kind of have to fill in the blanks. And what she was trying to tell me was, we've got enough plants. She's learnt a lesson. Much like standing on a rake and it smacks you in the face, you learn a lesson not to do it again. So that's what she was actually trying to tell me. And as I politely informed her, with English, it's all about the structure of the sentence. Hence the reason we have this different spelling for the same word. There, and there, for example. We have that because you know how to spell it based on the sentence that it's in. And that's our language. You need to establish the connection. So for my wife talking about plants and then talking about standing on a rake, in Russia that makes sense because it's a proverb to a degree. But in English, without the connection, I thought she'd just gone a bit barking mad. So anyhow, here we are, and I'm living out the promise of no more plants being bought. I do like the trees. Should buy some trees. But I daren't say that to the wife because she'll see that as a green light to buy flowers and plants. No. Trees, yes. Especially with stuff growing on them that I can eat. More than happy to plant them. So we've not got much of a crop this year. I think I probably had about 30 cherries off of our cherry tree this year, which was very poor. But they do that. These fruit trees, they do that. They have a year where they just go, no, not doing any more today. And that's that. Like our peach tree, we had, I don't know, 150, 200 peaches on it last year. This year, 3. Was 4. I think the cat got hold of one. So it's 3. Spot of repair. So, yeah, the fruit trees are having a year off. I don't know what they are. I haven't got a clue. They look like furry apples. What are they? Any ideas? Anyway, Henry Supercharged. Good morning. Lewis, Privyat, Chris, Cactilla. Хорошо, спасибо. yeah. Hey doggy, you sheltering in the sun, or out the sun rather. He's looking at me going, what on earth are you saying? No concept. That's yeah, so garden centre in southern Russia. Constantly evolving this place is. And this lady, I've got to say, does a cracking job. It's lovely the way it's presented. Apples, definitely apples. But anything you see, you can buy. I like this as well. It's perfectly healthy. It's meant to look like this. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Two different colours on the same fir tree. But yeah, anything you see you can buy. So if you like the look of a particular tree, they'll dig it out of the ground for you. And like I say, if they've got stuff growing on them that I can eat, show a lot more interest. But if they're just for looking pretty, as I've said to the wife, she's got me for that. There's some little versions of those trees. I do like them. Anyway. So like I say, look out for potentially a bit of news for a live stream tomorrow. It should be really interesting. It won't be on my channel, it'll be on another channel. So I'll post the link in my Telegram group. If you're interested in Russia, if you've got a question, if you're curious, not in a buy way, but you know, maybe you're not believing the narrative. Maybe you're thinking, I feel like I'm being lied to. I don't know, maybe you just want to know what the temperature's like and, you know, what's the cost of housing. Don't know. Ask away, join my Telegram group and ask away. Nothing off limits. Stupid questions will get stupid answers. Aside from that, she also makes all of these things, this lady. So all of these structures, all of this is concrete. I've sort of walked past it and haven't really shown you, but all of this is concrete. This whole pond is all concrete. Waterfall, concrete. And like I say, she makes this. It's really cool, isn't it? And we've got all of these little things, various concrete pots and seats. Seem to have gained a barbecue now as well, so I'm sure that's for sale. Little tree stump seat there, look. We've got a doggy. Look at him. Again, all concrete. It's really cool, isn't it? Now, some of these things are taken from Russian, I was going to say folklore, but that's not the right word, but Russian cartoons maybe, children's cartoons. Maybe you guys can decipher the writing. Yeah, no, don't know. Something, yeah, don't know. Not even going to have a crack at that. Get back in the shade though, because it's about 34 degrees here today. Lewis, how did you find the UK on your recent visit? What was your impression? Well, I didn't find the UK, mate. The plane driver did. He drove the flappy thing. We just sat on it, so he found the UK. Sorry, just me being an idiot. Yeah, I'll tell you what I really felt. I didn't notice so much massive changes apart from some prices, not all prices, but certainly some, like takeaways. We had a takeaway a year ago, and it was a curry actually, and for 3 of us, and we marked on the menu what we ordered, and it's obviously an old menu, and we just reordered the same thing because we looked at the menu and went, well, yeah, that's exactly what we want. So we just reordered the same thing, but a year later. The difference was, last year it was £45, this year it was £62 for exactly the same meals. So that was a bit of a ouch. Petrol seemed to be the same price. Didn't really do supermarket shopping, so I can't comment on the price of a lot of stuff, but I think eggs have got expensive, whereas here they haven't, despite one of the recent headlines. Oh, egg shortage in Russia. The prices are astronomical and they're being locked up. Remember that? Yeah, it's another one. Yeah, the price of eggs here for 10 eggs is about 60 pence. For 10 eggs, going up to about 90 pence if you want the top grade, biggest ones. But what I really did, I'm waffling, so what I really did notice coming back to the UK was it was more of a feeling than anything else. Every conversation I had with people, it was, nobody seemed happy. Everything was fed up, and this costs that much more, and they're cutting hours at work, or this is shutting down, or blah blah, and taxes and price of fuel, as in electric and gas. Oh, bills are mental. That was the conversation all the time. Nobody seemed happy, and that was an overriding feeling I had. It just seemed that everybody, this is concrete by the way, look at that, just sitting on that, but you can hang your light there, plug it in and have a little chill out area at night, sit out in the garden. Yeah, it just seemed, the word I used in the UK was it felt like the public were defeated. That's what it felt like. It just felt that everybody had just sort of given up. They'd resigned themselves to the fact that, well, there's nothing I can do about it, so it is what it is. And that's what I felt, and even driving on the roads, the driving standards, everybody seemed to have got a lot slower. And I guess a lot of that is to do with the fact that they rinse you if you get caught for speeding. And obviously it's an easy money generator, isn't it? Stick a speed camera up or a mobile unit, cha-ching. So I think people have just, not everybody, of course. Some people still want to have the freedom of making their own mind up. But the vast majority of people are just driving below the speed limit. And certainly, I went through rush hour traffic and commuter traffic that I used to drive regularly, or every day, funnily enough. And it was like a racetrack, commuter time. Whereas this year, it wasn't like that at all. It just felt like everybody was just resigned to their fate. Now, like I say, some of that I'm saying is based on conversation, and some of it was just a feeling, just the way it sort of felt. But I didn't see anybody happy. Everybody was just sort of head down, plodding. And that was really sad. My son was quite happy though. He got a new car. So he was happy. He got it the day before he went on holiday, so he was definitely happy. But everybody else just seemed, I don't know, just beaten really. Oh, and the other thing, my first impression was the quality of food. The first thing we did, landing at Gatwick, got a train to Victoria, went in at Wetherspoons in Victoria for, you guessed it, English breakfast. And it was awful. Absolutely awful. The sausages were the cheapest of the cheap. Tiny little things. The eggs looked like they'd been cooked for 3 days. It was just horrible, really was. Now, whether I've got used to Russian food and the quality, I don't know, but yeah, it was just, I mean, I ate it. It was food, isn't it? But yeah, it was crap. Bill, good afternoon, mate. Good afternoon, Chris. Hope you're well and enjoying being back in Anapa. Hell yes. Yes, I am, mate. I'm very well, and I am glad to be home. Somebody asked me about this last night, actually. You know, do you feel like the UK is home or Russia is home? And I've got to say, the UK for me don't have the connection with that country that I think I grew up with. You know, the connection that people had of my parents' era. And I don't think really anybody has now. I don't think anybody, there are very few people, I think, that believe in king and country. I think all of that's dying out, basically, because you've got to ask, what's the saying? Don't ask what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Well, it's kind of a two-way street. I know that saying doesn't point that out, but it should. If all you're getting from your country is a load of negativity, it's difficult to feel positive and support it. But no, out here, it's just everything that I would want, that I do want. The weather, as you can see. And this is like this now for, well, probably till September, October. It's just lovely. We look on the weather forecast and it will say like one day next week there's a 30% chance of rain. So what that actually means is no rain. So anything less than about 70% chance of rain means no rain. 70 upwards kind of says that, yeah, you might get a bit of rain that'll last for about 10 minutes. So pretty much it just is a big yellow thing in the sky all the time. And it's lovely. It's just, if your weather's like this all the time, yeah, got a choice then, haven't you? Turn the aircon on, jump in the swimming pool. Yeah, but no, mate, I am very happy to be back here. I'm very happy to be back with the food. Went to England with lots of different things that I wanted to eat again. Kebab. Why? Curry, Chinese, English breakfast, butcher's hook sausage rolls. Oh, it's right. There's a independent butcher's near where I live called Butcher's Hook, and they make, without doubt, the best sausage rolls in the world ever. They are absolutely wonderful. I had a couple while we were in the UK, and I bought a couple to bring back with me. Fortunately, I left them in my friend's fridge, so he enjoyed them. Git, you bugger. You could have posted them to me. But yeah, certain things we went back and I was looking forward to eating, but once I'd eaten it, I was like, yeah, didn't do a Chinese takeaway. Just because I can get that here. So it wasn't really that much of an issue. The English breakfast I had, which was, right. Like I say, we went to Butcher's Hook Cafe for that, and the quality's lovely. So it's probably about the best I was going to get. And it was nice, but I wasn't rushing back there the next day. And I think that really is down to my tastes changing. Coming here and the quality of the food here, it's just different. The tastes are different. And the same with the curry. Yeah, we don't have curry houses over here, so you don't get a curry, or certainly not in our region, like you would do in the UK. So you end up making your own at home. And to be honest, kind of prefer that. So I'll put a lot more chicken in it for a start, or lamb. Nice lamb massaman curry in the slow cooker for about 10 hours. Oh, we had short rib beef yesterday in the slow cooker. Oh, heaven. But I did bring some things back from the UK. Brought Marmite, of course. Goes without saying. Bought Bisto gravy granules. What I didn't bring back, Sam, I'm sorry, mate. I didn't bring back Sam's pickled onion monster munch or his Cadbury's mini eggs. For some reason, in my area, lizard, there he goes. For some reason in my area, every shop I asked about mini eggs, they went, oh no, you have to wait till Easter for them. Really? Okay. So I couldn't find them. Did find pickled onion monster munch, quite a few of them. But it was one of those manana scenarios. Oh, I'll get them for Sam tomorrow. And then forgot. So, sorry, Sam. I had one job. Oh, shit at it. Lewis, yes, I would agree. There is a feeling of resignation and nothing will change. Yeah, that's exactly what I felt. It just felt everybody was resigned to a fate. You know, I think everybody knows that the media lies. I think everybody knows that the narrative they've been spun for the last 3 years is all a pack of lies. Apart from your hardcore evil people and your hardcore thickos, because your hardcore evil people, doesn't matter, they've got to keep that narrative going and they've got to support that narrative, and your hardcore thickos are too thick to understand that they're thick, so they're always going to keep that narrative going. But everybody else with a brain has worked out that it's all a load of bullshit that they've been told over the last 3 years, and it's quite depressing, and a lot of people are waking up to how the world operates and how governments operate, and I think that realisation is quite depressing. And you know, I think people just resign themselves to the fact that they are living a life that they can't change. And what I say to that is, yes, you can. I did. I was living that life. I believed I couldn't change my life. Thought I was working till I was dead. Turns out I'm not. So it's always possible to change. Lewis, yes, I would agree. Standards have fallen in cafes and restaurants. Yeah, I mean, Butcher's Hook was still good. But certainly what I did notice was portion sizes have definitely got smaller. So I guess that's the usual thing, isn't it? They jack the prices as much as they can until people start screaming. And then they just back the prices off a little bit and say, oh, we've rolled back the prices to what they were last year. And they just make the packets smaller. So I noticed that on a lot of stuff. You know, same prices or more, but for less product. So that was another thing I noticed. Oh, Usimia, whatever. Hate. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? I don't know what you hate. What's that tree done to you, mate? If you hate that tree, why? What do you know about it? This is your first interaction with it? Have you seen it before? Do you know how it grows? Do you know how it behaves in the weather? What have you got against that tree? I bet that tree doesn't hate you. Why have I just said that nonsense? Because that's Russian mentality in a nutshell. They're not idiots. They don't listen to media to tell them what to think. They don't listen to media to tell them how to feel about another country or its people. What they do is they work things out for themselves and they treat people how they find them. That's a stark difference that I noticed between here and the UK. But I'm sorry you hate, but that's all on you, brother. TP, nice place, my good sir. Yes, lovely here, isn't it? It's absolutely cracking. Really pretty. Nicely done. Lovely place to sit. While the wife's looking at plants that she's not going to buy, apparently. Yeah, right. I'm going to have £1,000 bet. Who wants to take me up on this? I'm going to bet £1,000 that that car that we came in is going home with some kind of foliage in the back of it. Anyone want the bet? You'd be a brave man. Or woman, of course. Ranulph White Wolf. Ah, beef pie, of course. Steak and Guinness. Oh, yes. I definitely did that. Biggest difference with that is the pastry. We use different pastry. I haven't managed to find it out here yet, but I say yet, because so far everything that I thought I couldn't find, I've managed to find. So, you know, it's just not knowing the language and not knowing really where to look. But yeah, I reckon I can find them out here. But yeah, steak and Guinness pie I had, again, from Butcher's Hook. Big plug for them. Don't know why, because I'm not paid. But yeah, a steak and Guinness, and we had a chicken and ham, and it was freaking lovely. Dehydrated water. What specifically are you talking about? And everything. Anything you want. What do you want to talk about? I'm talking about recent visit to the UK, talking about life here in southern Russia, talking about this garden centre. I'm talking about the wife telling me she's not buying any plants at all, which I just don't believe. Although they don't appear to have anything. Shit. Glad nobody took me up on that bet. Mind you, we haven't left yet, have we? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anything you want. Talking about people who can join my Telegram group, ask anything they want to about Russia. If I can help or give you an answer, I will. I want to go in my swimming pool now looking at this. What are you doing here? Hop it. Get about these frogs. Yeah, anything and everything, really. And like I say, if you've got a question, doesn't matter what it is, then yeah, be happy to oblige. If you're looking to come to Russia, and I've had a lot more questions about this. We've got a sort of an influx of people wanting to inquire about TRP, temporary residence permit, moving to Russia. When it first got announced, when VVP's decree of the 702 was announced, there was a big influx of people asking. I had lots of people contacting me every day, sometimes several times a day. 95% of which have fallen by the wayside. Some of them are a bit disappointing because, you know, I was having good conversations with some people and then they just disappear into the ether. And you think, well, okay, why do you bother? But I bother because why not? It doesn't cost me anything. It's not a propaganda channel, as you can tell. I just turn the camera on. No editing, no fancy thumbnails, none of that rubbish. Just what you see is what you get. And that's the way this channel will always be. Now, I know that's going to be boring for some people. I get that. But what you can never accuse me of is propaganda. Or reporting a narrative. Or going along with a narrative. I don't do that. This is what I do. And that will always be like that. And that's all of my videos. They're all different, random stuff. The reason for that is it gives you a chance to actually gain some information, even if it's just blue skies. What's the weather like in Russia? Well, snow all the time. Not so much. So even if that's all that you gain from that, then at least you've gained something. At least you've got that information. And when somebody says, oh yeah, I've never moved to Russia, it's always snowy, you can say, well, actually, I was watching some idiot on a live stream the other day and it was lovely blue skies and he was in shorts and a t-shirt talking about his swimming pool. So that's the purpose of the channel, to give you information, let you make your own mind up. So yeah, as regards talking about stuff, sometimes I have topics. I haven't today. My topic today was I can either sit in the car with the aircon on for an hour, or I can wander around this garden centre talking to you guys. So I opted for the latter. Bill, Chris, have you found a new house yet? Well, we found a couple. The trouble is, nothing is selling at the moment. So in our village, and I think probably in the next village, nothing is moving. Absolutely nothing. I mean, we found a house 8 or 9 months ago. And even put a deposit on it. And that was a 6-month deposit, and we thought, no problem. No, didn't happen. That house is still for sale. Nothing is moving at the moment. And it's not price related, because I've seen some absolute bargains, some crazy cheap stuff. I mean, you know, you just know there's either A, something wrong with it, like they're going to build a motorway through the back garden, or B, the people are desperate to sell. Because there's no way you would price some of the properties I've seen at the price that they've been priced. But they have, and they still haven't sold. So it ain't price related. Problem we have here this year is obviously the current situation with the neighbours. By neighbours, I'm sure you know what I mean, with the neighbouring country. And also the oil disaster that happened last year in the winter. And I'm going to call them the evil people that spread all the fake lies. There's one particular person who's a Russian, and he cottoned on last year with his YouTube channel, because he just wanders around. And I think he cottoned on last year with his YouTube channel that what got views was walking down the beach and talking about the beach and how it was ruined and how the oil had destroyed the beach and blah, blah, blah. And he still does it. I don't mind that. But what he does is every single day, he talks about how bad the beach is and, oh my God, you mustn't let your children swim here. They can't come here. You know, health problems. This will affect them. This has ruined Anapa for the next 15 years and all of this kind of shit. But that gets him clicks and views. So he's sticking with it. But it's every day. So you've got people like that don't help. And then you've got your online trolls that have never been to Anapa, that live in St. Petersburg, 6,500 kilometres away, but go spreading everywhere as far as they can. Anapa's destroyed, the beach is destroyed, blah, blah, blah. So you get that. So that hasn't helped either. But, Bill, you would definitely love Anapa at the moment, because even though it's what we would normally call tourist season, not a lot of people around. So for me, driving into Anapa is really nice now, whereas it would take me about an hour in tourist season. It takes me about 25 minutes. It's great. So for the locals, kind of love it, but for the local economy and for the locals that rely on tourism, they're struggling, definitely. So, yeah, it's not great this year, and that's had a big impact on the housing market. So, yeah, we keep finding houses that we sort of like, and we found 2 or 3 that we really, really like. But we don't sell our houses. No good, is it? Ranulph Whitewolf, I'm moving to Russia next month. Good man. Well, I say good man, depends on your situation, doesn't it? Depends on your circumstances. Whereabouts in Russia are you moving to? What region? Because you always got to start with that. Well, really, as I've said many times, you'll start with what climate you want to live in. Do you want to live in this climate? Yeah, hell yeah. No, everybody does. You might be a snowball fanatic and you just want white snow all the time. Don't know. But, yeah, always start with climate if you're thinking about Russia, because it's the largest country in the world and it's got every climate. So start with that. Then you can work out what regions give you that climate and you can narrow it down from there. So have you done that? Have you followed those steps? What's your story? Let me know. Matt Whitby, the government might just take your house off you. Oh, really? Well, I've got news for you, Matt Whitby. Which government are you talking? Are you talking about the UK or are you talking about Russia? Because if you're talking about Russia, it don't work like that. Government don't own the house. So, yeah, again, Western media narrative. There are different designations of land in Russia, and some unscrupulous people and some naive people have bought the wrong designation of land and then built a house on it. And then, yeah, and then their butt hurt when the government says, yeah, you've built on national park land and you can't do that. And they, oh, but, well, kind of clues in the title really with the designation of the land. So yes, there are some idiots that do that, and yeah, they'll lose that property, because ultimately, if I go and build a house in Hampton Court, for example, probably won't be allowed to, will I? So if that's what you're talking about in Russia, and me personally, I don't own a house, so nobody's taking anything off of me because I don't own anything. Not my house. If you're talking about the UK, don't know. Anything's possible. Bill, it's the same in Anapa. I've seen that some houses have been on the market since I was there last year. Yeah. I saw a 8-bedroomed property about a month ago near the sea on, I think it was 9 Sotka, which 900 square metres of land, but 8 bedrooms. So clearly it was a guest house, but obviously would make a lovely house. Had a very nice sauna, had an above ground sort of hard standing kind of swimming pool, so that wanted sorting out, but had carport, had drive, and etc. And it was 16 million. And I reckon 2 years ago that would have been 30 million, so nearly half price. But you know, initially you think, oh, there must be something wrong with it, and then you look and realise it's 8 bedrooms. It's probably bought as a guest house and it's got no guests, so maybe those people are in a bit of a situation that they need to get out of. Don't know, but yeah, there are bargains like that around, and they're not selling, so it's not price related. It's people's uncertainty about the beach. It's their uncertainty about the proximity to the neighbours, and that's all mainly driven by internet trolls, some of which probably come from the neighbours, most do probably. Ranulph, I'm moving to Kolomna, 2 hours southeast of Moscow. I have a job and a place to live waiting there, and it's very green. Awesome. Yeah, so you're heading sort of north-south. I'm doing the north-south-east-west thing. You know what you do with your head? North-south, east-west. So you are, what did you say? South-east. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we're more south-west from you. Down on the coast of the Black Sea. Across the water from Turkey, about 50 miles from Crimea. But that sounds good, mate. Was the work the reason that motivated you to come to Russia? Was it an offer of employment that you just couldn't turn down? Or was it a case you wanted to move to Russia and you made employment work for you? And that's the thing that people need to understand. There's next to zero unemployment in Russia. So if you want to work, you can work. Oh, Matt Whitby, bless, he trusts the Russian government. No, I don't trust any government. A wise man once said, the best thing you can do with government is keep it out of your life. Any government. You don't want government in your life. But it's not about trust. I speak how I find. And what I like about this country is it's common sense. They make laws and they uphold them, which, you know, upsets a lot of the woke liberals like you, Matt. Oh, you've made a law, and but surely if I stand in front of the judge and say I'm sorry, then I should be let off. Nah, that don't cut it in Russia. You make a law, it has a penalty. If you break that law in your court, that's the penalty. It's kind of how it works, which I quite like. But no, Matt Whitby, I'm not brainwashed. The reason I'm not brainwashed is because I make my own mind up about everything. I don't read the news. I don't turn on the TV and listen to what's pumped out of it 24/7, unlike you. So I make my own mind up, and that's what I did, and that's why I'm here, because I came here in October 2021, before the current situation, when Russia was just another holiday destination, albeit one that we've been propagandised against, that you shouldn't go to Russia, oh, it's dangerous. Snow bears, gangsters, vodka, horse and cart, that's all Russia is. But I came here, didn't want to come here, but I did. And yeah, that's when I had a bit of an awakening. That's when the eyes really did open. They were partially open because of, you know, the migrant crisis in Calais that was reported a number of years ago. Actually went through that. Don't know if you remember that, Matt Whitby. Migrant crisis was reported all over the BBC News, where there were tens of thousands of migrants all across the motorways, stopping holidaymakers, dragging them out of their trucks, dragging them out of their cars. Some were being killed. Do not travel, do not travel, do not travel, do not travel. Well, we had to travel, had no choice. Conversation I had with my, say, business partner, it wasn't a business, but my hobby partner was, well, if I'm driving a truck, I ain't stopping. Because if they come running out in front of me while I'm driving with machetes, I'm not going to be some kind of bitch. They will just get run over and I'll have my day in court. So that's what we were kind of prepared for. And then we got there and there was nobody there because, oh, don't travel, danger, danger, danger. We got there. There was nothing there. We came through on the French side, didn't see a single person. And this, bearing in mind that what I'm telling you was reported on the 6 o'clock news the night before, and we travelled at 6 o'clock in the morning. So there's a 12-hour difference between what they were telling you on the news and us actually seeing it. Do you reckon that got cleaned up in 12 hours, or do you reckon it was just a load of bullshit? So that started opening my eyes. But coming here was the biggest eye-opener of my life. So, Matt Whitby, no, I'm not brainwashed like you, mate. I don't believe the narrative. I don't believe somebody telling me something without some evidence. And by that, I don't mean a video of the neighbours where a Russian jet allegedly blows up an apartment, civilian building, loads of people killed, and, oh no, it was a children's hospital. We've got to remember that. Got to make it sound as bad. A Russian jet deliberately blew up a children's hospital. And here's the video proof. And you see a 15-second clip of a video that's chopped in the middle, and a plane flying towards the apartment. And then the second part of the video is an apartment blowing up. It's not the same video, it's two spliced together. So obviously the narrative is being constructed. And when you see the whole video, you see that the apartment getting blown up, because I do see the whole video being over here, the apartment getting blown up isn't actually getting blown up by a jet. It's getting blown up by, air defence. And that's what happens if you put air defence in amongst civilian buildings. Sometimes they go wrong. And that definitely got wrong. Got wrong? Went wrong. I've seen that. And that's just one of 1,000. So, no, Matt Whitby. Sorry, pal. You're wrong. Well, I'll tell you who I do trust. I trust the Russian government a damn sight more than the UK one. As do most people. Look at any poll. Who would you want as your Prime Minister? Donald Trump, Sakir not here, or Vladimir Putin? Every poll shows that most people would prefer Vladimir Putin. So what's that tell you? Well, it probably won't tell you a lot, mate, will it? You being woke and all. Ranulph, no, I've wanted to move to Russia for over a year. I love the culture and the language. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, Matt Whitby, you've been to Russia. Okay, well, when was that and where? And for how long? Because Russia's a big place. It's changed somewhat. But I'm sure you're a leading authority on Russia, based on the fact that you visited once. Yeah. Fluffy tranny. Oh, dear. Emperor Lucifer, Prince Marja. Yeah, okay. You're out there, aren't you, mate? Marcos, Chris, I like your life, brother. I'm in London now, but I'm moving to Russia next year. I really can't wait. Marcos, I was in London about 3 weeks ago. And no wonder you can't wait. Yeah, dear oh dear. The biggest problem I have with the UK is the filth, the squalor, the degradation of society. Rubbish everywhere. Homeless people, drunks, drug addicts. What on earth? I walk past Buckingham Palace through St James's Park, and there are drunks in tents in St James's Park. I'm sorry, what the fuck? If that doesn't upset you or offend you, then I don't know what does, because that should. That's the breakdown of the society. And that's not something you see in Russia, because they have next to zero unemployment. I don't think I've seen a homeless person. I've seen a drunk sleeping it off on a bench, but he definitely didn't look homeless, judging by the phone he had in his hand. And drugs, yeah, I'm not going to say they don't exist in Russia, because they exist in every country. That's just what it is. But the penalty is, so it's very, very limited. It's not like walking around London and spitting ganja all the time. Yeah, that don't happen here. Yeah, different society. Hey, shrimplet. Matt Whitby, Volgograd, Altai region. Oh, great. And when was that, Matt Whitby? You can tell me last year, or you can tell me this year. How long did you come for? Was it business? I mean, I've been to Greece. People say, oh, what was it like? And I tell them truthfully, I have no idea, because I was there for 3 days. I landed at an airport at night, 11 o'clock at night, went to bed, then got up, 5 o'clock in the morning, drove in the dark down a motorway to a racetrack, stayed there till 7 o'clock at night, rinse and repeat. So I don't know what Greece was like, didn't have a clue. I was there for 3 days. Maybe that's you, mate. I don't know. I'm judging, aren't I? I'm judging because I'm used to it. I'm used to judging. I'm used to those sort of comments. And they always come from people that are either A, waving a little yellow and blue flag because they've swallowed the garbage, or B, have no understanding of Russia at all, or C, all of the above. I'm just putting you in that bracket straight away, mate. So I've done it a few times. It's not my first rodeo. Marcos, I see you're streaming the UK, Chris. Oh, cool. Yeah, it was a bit, unfortunately, it was walking around Eastbourne Marina, and as is often the case in the UK, signal was absolutely shocking. So it just cut in and out, apparently, which wouldn't have made a good stream, and a lot of people just turn off because of that. Don't blame them. Matt Whitby, I drove across Russia. Okay, well, you said you went to Volgograd, Altai region. That's one region, there's 92 in Russia. Where else do you go? And do you think you got a good assessment of Russia driving across it? I mean, come on, mate. What's your assessment of Russia? Let's be honest. What is it? I mean, we've established that it's not really based on a lot, other than the fact that you're now saying you drove across Russia. And in your previous statement, you said you went to Volgograd. So anyhow, let's give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm in that kind of mood today. Normally I just delete you, but you know, I'll humour you today. I'm in that kind of mood. I've got the time at the minute. So you drove across Russia, and that's given you a perspective of Russia and the Russian government. Interesting. You must be very perceptive, Matt Whitby. Anyhow, I've got a shadow. Run, Forrest. She's camera shy, bless her. Don't like being on the camera, do you? No. Grr. Let's go and look at the froggies again. But we'll be winding this up in a minute, because I reckon I've been wandering around here for about an hour. Let's have a look. More? 54 minutes this live stream, and they're still looking at plants. Jeez Louise. Hey, froggy. I love a frog. Springy leg variety that swims, not the onion and garlic munching variety. Anyhow, thanks for joining me on this completely pointless and random stream, but there we go. It's a Russian garden centre. just outside our local village. Very pretty, lovely weather. I'm going home to swim in the swimming pool. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Check your notifications on YouTube, because they will change. Make sure they're set to all. And a couple of videos that I've got ready to upload, which I'll upload over the next few days. And then I'm going to do a review on this thing, the Chinese Haval H9. So I'll be doing a review on that, because I've been asked to do a review on it. I keep promising I'm going to do it, and I haven't. So I'll be doing that. I'll make it easy. It's freaking epic. There you go. And I have got a good point of reference. I was in the automotive industry for 33 years, so I do know about cars. But that is unbelievable. So I'll do a review on that. Yeah. Set your notifications. Stay tuned. Oh, some of the concrete stuff look kind of cool. And yeah, watch out for the news about a potential live stream tomorrow. Should be good. If you've got any questions, join my Telegram group. Fire away. Some good people in there. Very knowledgeable. Both, well, from all over the place, actually. England, Russia, America, Canada. Got them from all over the place. So, the Plastic Russian on Telegram. Don't listen to the nonsense about Telegram. It's better than WhatsApp. Thanks, Marcos. Have a good day. Bill, enjoy your afternoon. Chat soon. Yes, mate. Indeed. Thanks for watching, guys. As always say, I'll see you in the next one.